How to transform your life in 6 months in just 5 steps. What you need for this video and for this to work is a pen and paper or like a whiteboard like I use. You can go to this website called Miro, and you need absolute uninterrupted focus. Don't use your phone and don't listen to music. Don't have anything playing in the background. You need to be uninterrupted. You need to be laser focused for this to work. Okay, you need to be on your room. Close your door. Put on headphones. Put the piece of paper in front of you or the website or anything, and let's get started. So the first step, there is actually 3 pillars of life as I put them. There is money, health, or social. You need to choose basically 2 of these. Basically, 1 is better, but 2 is doable, right? You need to basically choose what you will obsess over for the next 6 months. This will be your life. This will be your bread and butter for the next 6 months. You need to choose. Again, if you can't choose 1, it will be way more effective and you will be way more efficient and you will reach what you want faster. But 2 is also fine and doable and better for most people, because like most people have not don't have any of these. Like most people I assume watching this video don't have money, don't have health, fitness or health in general, don't have social, and this is like dating and friends. So for me personally, I'm lacking in money. I'm lacking in all 3 honestly, but if anything that I need, it's money and health. This can always wait. Friends, dating can always wait. Plus, I'm currently in a relationship, but dating also applies to me, meaning I will not be spending so much more time with my girlfriend. I'm gonna have to sacrifice that for these 2 things. Basically, you need to sacrifice 1. Anyways, once you lock on what you want, which is for me money and health, now you need to specify what you want from them. And pro tip, don't be ultra specific. I'm gonna get to that in a bit, because being specific is not optimal, and I will show you why. So for money, basically what I want, how I'm gonna get there, is basically grow my business, which is a clothing brand, get more sales and exposure. And in terms of my health, I'm gonna work on improving my physique by gaining muscle, right? So write down under each point of focus what you want, what do you want with how are you gonna get the money? What do you want from the health section or the money section, right? So once you log that in, now you have to break them down into systems of action. And basically you have to choose what actions will get you there. And the reason I said don't be ultra specific, because you often hear advice that you should put, I think it's SMART goals, specific, manageable, or achievable, or time bound, or something like that. Actually, and this is advice I heard it from Alex Hormozy, and it actually resonates with me more. Systems, basically, if you set specific goals, let's say in the next 6 months I'm gonna make, I don't know, 1,000 sales. If you are ambitious, you are bound. There is a risk that you are being over ambitious, and you are setting yourself for failure. What if you don't hit those 1,000 sales, for example? What if I don't hit? I'm gonna feel shit about myself. I'm gonna feel like a failure, right? So goals actually they are not optimal, and that's why systems are way better. That's why you need to break them down into systems of action. Basically, choose the actions that will get you there, right? So in order to get more sales and exposure for my business, I need to create more content and make consistent and better jobs. That's in my personal case. For your case, maybe if you're, I don't know, if you're a marketing agency or something, you need to basically reach out for more people and improve your services. Maybe you can decide whatever works for you. For the health, I'm going to improve my physique by optimizing my training and being on a caloric surplus to gain muscle, right? So basically break down them into actions that will get you there. These are the systems. Basically, I'm going to need to create more content and be consistent with my jobs and make them better. This is the system that's going to get me there. And if you think about it, what I want is more sales, right? It doesn't matter if I make 1,000 sales or something. Yes, being specific can push you more, but if you stay consistent and stay focused on that system, you are going to get the sales regardless. You're probably going to overshoot what we're going to aim for with that specific goal. So again, systems are way better than goals. You can set goals if you want, but I prefer systems. Then next step is to write down your distractions and how to eliminate them. So it can be bad friends, it can be porn, it can be gaming, or it can be social media, or it can be whatever you have in your life. Any distraction. For me personally, these are the things that are in my life that are actually, I think, limiting me some way. So basically, you have 2 ways of dealing with this. Either you can eliminate them out, and don't be a pussy. If you can eliminate it, then just eliminate it. If you genuinely can't, then otherwise just do the allowance method. And I'm gonna make a video out of that, so you're gonna find a link on top of the video or something, or in the description. So I will show you how to basically eliminate any addiction or distraction in your life with the allowance method. So for me personally, bad friends, I can just eliminate them. Come on, do I really want to be with people like that? Anyways, are they adding anything positive in my life? So just eliminate this shit out. Porn, I actually tried so many times and I struggled, so I generally couldn't eliminate it. So I'm doing the allowance method, and it's actually really working. Gaming, come on, bro, come on, just eliminate game. Come on, you're not 10 years old. Eliminate gaming and social media. These are very easy to eliminate for me personally. You have to be honest with yourself and you have to be brutal with yourself. Eliminate it or do the allowance method. Actually, you know what? I will talk about the allowance method later in the video. I just realized it's not fair to make you wait for the video. That's not my goal. My goal is to help people. So the fifth, yes, the final step is monster mode. Basically, you need to create a system/habit tracker. And this is a template you can use. I will put it in the description. You can print basically 6 months, 6 4, so that's 24 weeks. You can print 24 out of these, hang them up on your wall, and put them on your desk or something that's gonna be very visible to you every single day. And basically, what you're gonna put in here, basically the areas of focus. So for me, it was money and fitness, money and health, right? So money, this is basically saying whether I worked on that point or no. Fitness too, and then you're gonna put a bad habit that you're gonna work on eliminating. For me, it was porn, so I'm gonna include no fap in my habit. And also include a good habit. Think of this as your amplifier, as what's going to amplify your vehicle, you know. So sleeping actually will basically amplify everyone. So if you have anything better, you can add it, but otherwise you can just keep it. And basically every day, on Monday, by the end of each day before you go to bed, you go to your habit tracker and you just check off each thing that you did today. Did you work towards you making more money today? Did you train today? Did you fab today? Did you sleep? Basically sleep like you can say like it's two parts: sleeping on time and waking up on time. Did you sleep on time and wake up on time last night? So you can check that off, you know. And yeah, and actually pro tip, you can implement what I'm doing, which is a progress visualizer to keep you motivated, you know. So being disciplined is good, but also motivation can be your second amplifier, like basically your boost. So the way I do it, and you can do it similar ways, is I pick a jar, like a big jar, like something like this or whatever, and I take units. These units can be like, I don't know, like these things, for example. You buy like paper clippers or little balls or whatever, and every day that you, every perfect day, basically, every like good day that you spent with everything checked in your habit tracker, you put one in, and over 6 months you're going to be able to visualize your progress and how much you've grown as a person, which is really, really motivating. Imagine one day you wake up and you're not feeling it, you're like, your temptations are getting to you and everything, but you glance at your desk and you see your jar and it's like really full. You see like the progress and all the effort you have put in, you know. And really, like, you don't have to complicate it, you don't even need this. You can like pick like a piece of paper or those like sticky notes, and you can just like squish it like this, switch it down, make it like into like this, and put it in the jar. That's what I do, because it's really cheap and it's basically like not overcomplicated. So yeah. And now for the bonuses. Accountability is basically your other amplifier, you know. Think of this as a game, right? And this is like another basically amplifier or a fail-safe or whatever, you know. You can do this with friends if you have friends that are interested in self-improvement and want to actually change their lives. Good friends. Beware of friends that you know, like you absolutely know, if you think about that guy that you are thinking about right now, that guy is not going to do anything about it. He's too inconsistent. He's not serious about this. He's just doing it for, I don't know, like he's not serious about it, and he's actually going to bring you down. So beware of those friends. Do this with friends that actually care about you and care about improving their lives. You can join a community, and by the way, I will link a Discord channel that I will create purely for the group of people that are going to watch this video, to keep each other accountable. If you don't have anyone, you can have that community, and you can tell people about it. Basically, for me personally, I care about not like proving people wrong. So for example, I can tell, like, I don't know, my followers on Instagram or my classmates or whatever, say out loud that in 6 months I'm gonna do like this, or I'll be like this, or do this, or do this. You know, tell them what you really want. Tell them in 6 months my clothing brand is gonna have like 10,000 followers. Tell them that in 6 months you will make like $2,000 or something like that, you know? So that when the days that you are feeling like slacking off and not doing everything, you remember that you have told people about it, and if you don't do it, they're gonna look at you bad and they're gonna say, oh, what a failure, right? Who wants that? For me personally, that's like a very, very big, like, it's not like the best mindset, but it's a fear of mine. Not necessarily a fear, but insecurity, I guess, is people seeing me not competent enough. You know, I feel like I got a chip on my shoulder, you know. I have to prove myself. I have to like show people that I am that guy, you know, I'm him. So that is really a big motivator for me. And it might sound awkward at first, like having to tell people, like, why do they care? But trust me, it matters. And you don't have to tell, like, go to streets and just yell about it. You can just tell your group of friends, your family, your, I don't know, your neighbors, your classmates, again, people that you are somewhat close with and care about what they think about you. You can also, this is very powerful, to make promises to people that you care about. The way I implement this is basically I am in a relationship with a girl, we are long distance, and we are planning to meet next year. And how are we going to meet if I don't make enough money to be able to travel there, right? So I have made a promise to her. I told her, like, by the end of this year, like in November this year, we are going to meet. I'm going to come and we are going to meet. We are going to be together. So that is a really heavy motivator for me. Not heavy in the negative sense. Heavy actually, like a really big motivator in the back of, that is constantly in the back of my mind, that I'm constantly afraid of, you know. Or you can do all of these basically, so you leave no room for you to fail. You are constantly accountable every day, like that you decide, oh, like maybe I can watch a little bit of porn today, or maybe one time, it doesn't hurt one time, right? You remember that there is a group of people kind of dependent on you, or at least like holding you accountable. So that really helps. And the other bonus is actually making a morning reminder to sort of I forgot what it's called, but manifestation or whatever. And I know it sounds gay as fuck to like wake up every morning and say I'm becoming the best version of myself, and it's cringe and everything, but trust me, it actually helps. And I'm actually taking, I used to think like that too until I read like It Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and he actually used to put those like sticky notes in the mirror, and every morning he wakes up, he reads those sticky notes to kind of remind himself. So for me personally, I wrote down, I am becoming the best version of myself. I will stay focused and consistent in pursuing my goals today. I am confident in my ability and ready to succeed. One more day closer to my dreams. And I basically start my morning with a prayer, asking Allah for basically being grateful, which is like, this is like being grateful. You can, if you're not religious, this is not only for religious people. You can be grateful for yourself. Be grateful that you wake up that day. You know, many people don't wake up. And then I ended with a prayer, basically to, you know, ask God for blessings and whatever. And then I included photos of what I actually want, my goals, if you will. I want the Mustang Dark Horse so bad. I'm going to work for it. I want to move to New Zealand in the future, because I see it as a safe direction to start a family in, and for the future of my future kids. And this is basically Turkey, and this is like Turkey and a mosque. Basically, I want to grow my finances and reach a level in finances that allow me to basically build mosques everywhere and build schools and help people in need and everything. And I know it might sound corny, but that's really like one of the things that keeps me motivated. You, like, listen, there is nothing wrong with having material goals, all right? Like maybe you want that $1 million, or you want that car, or you want to be able to travel everywhere, or you want that house, or there's nothing wrong with it. But you need to have something purposeful to keep you going. For me personally, it was like building mosques and helping people in need. And actually, at the same time, since this mosque, if you recognize it, is in Turkey, and that's where me and my girlfriend, we are planning to basically meet and get married, hopefully. So really, so much pressure. And as like, I forgot who said it. Like, was it LeBron James, or oh yes, it was like an interview or a meeting between LeBron James and Marcus Rashford, which is a football player. Basically, one of them said that his coach used to tell him, pressure is a privilege. Basically, having all this pressure on your back to perform, to do what you need to do, is a privilege. Don't run away from it. For me, like, I'm gonna tell you about like something that almost happened to me. Like a few months ago, like I woke up and I was like thinking about my relationship and my life and how, my future and everything, and I basically saw myself and how I'm living, and I said like, how the fuck am I gonna meet this girl? How the fuck will I be able to get married to her this year? Like, how the fuck I'm gonna be able to do it when I can't even afford food? I can't even afford to have a good diet that supports my training. And then I started thinking about maybe this is not for me right now. Maybe I should just break up with her. You know, it's not my season to be in a relationship. No, but actually, what that really was is excuses. I was giving myself excuses to let myself be comfortable. Do you know what will happen if we break up? I'm gonna have no pressure to perform. Nothing like really, like no one really depended on me. I made no promise to no one. You know. So I could wake up every day, rot in bed, watch Instagram, fap, don't sleep, don't eat, don't train, whatever. I still have time, right? I'm 21 years old, right? I still have time, no pressure. That's what they say, right? No pressure. No, you need the fucking pressure. You need to keep on pressure. Take as much pressure as you can make. You know, promise your mom that you're gonna give her this amount of money in 6 months. Promise your dad, promise your brother, promise your friends, promise anyone that you care about. Make them promises. Tell them that I'm gonna do this for you. Tell them I'm gonna make this for you, so they are dependent on it. And yeah, basically, like following this framework, you are bound to succeed unless you don't really want it. Unless deep down you don't really want that success, you don't really want that health, you don't really want that physique. So make up your mind. Actually, what am I talking about? Like, what the fuck? Like, do it, bro. Do it. Are you still like questioning, whatever? Like, you have no excuses. As a man, this is what you have to do. You have to fulfill your purpose. You have to be the man. You know. And finally, the final tip of advice I can give it to you from personal experience: consistency is way superior than perfection. Beware of getting like trapped in the cycle of perfection. Like basically all in or nothing. All or nothing. That's a killer mindset in the negative sense. You know, basically, like, I'll explain. Like, for example, like me, when I started doing this habit tracker, on the days basically, let's say I don't wake up on time. I wake up late and I don't train. Well, I say like the day is ruined anyways. Why should I like no fap or make money? It's gonna be tomorrow, right? Be careful. Like, I'm serious. Like, this pains me so much to say it, but countless days have been lost in that mindset because of me saying like all or nothing. Don't make my mistake. Really be careful of it. Even if you just sleep and wake up on time, that's a bonus. That's a star in your jar. That's a step forward, you know. Even if you're not successful that day, don't be destructive. Don't destroy yourself. Don't do damage. You know, if you woke up late and you didn't train, don't do damage and don't damage your progress and damage yourself by not making money, by fapping, watching porn, smoking, drinking, whatever, anything in your life. You know, and that's basically it. Concerning the allowance method, basically you will take another jar and you would put in it those basically units that we talked about earlier, like these ones, or pieces of paper squished up, or anything like that, and think about your addiction or your thing. Let's say porn, for example, and let's say in this month I can watch porn. Like, if you watch it every day, take how often you do it, and my recommendation is to reduce about 1/5 of it, like 20% of it. So let's say, well, actually 20%, like 20% might be too much for some people. So let's say reduce like 10 to 20%, depending on your will. You know, don't overshoot. Again, don't overshoot. Don't let your ego get the best of you and say, oh, I can reduce my porn like frequency to just 10 times this month, and before you used to do it like twice a day, bro. Come on. If you do it like, let's say 30 times, then you go to this jar and let's say you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5 reduction. Basically, you can do it 25 times this month. As like counterintuitive as that sounds, this actually works, and it's working for me so well. I have managed to I started doing this like 6 months ago or something, and before I used to do it more than 1 time a day. Now I do it like 3 times or 4 times every week, which it's really working. Yes, some months have been taking a step back, like overshooting a little bit, you know, but that should not be the standard. 1 bad month should not like dictate your future, right? So yeah, and basically every time you do it, you take 1 out. Every time you do it, you take 1 out. It doesn't matter if you do it 5 times a day, you take 5 times that day, you know. And eventually, by the end of the month, you're gonna find that your jar has maybe a few left. So aim for having like at least 1 left for that month to give yourself that extra push of motivation to say that, oh, I overshot my target, you know. So let's say this month your goal was like 25, and you only did it 24 times, which is good. So next month you're gonna say, let's say I do it like 18 times, you know, and you put 18 in the jar, 18 in the jar, and do the same everything. And each month you reduce a chunk of that from 18. Like, let's say you do like 12, and then from 12 you do like 7, and then from 7 you do like 6, and then like 5. And by the time you reach like 5 or 6 times you do it every month, it's not an issue anymore. Like, you can just cut it down completely if you do it like just 4 times a month, you know. So you can do like 4, and then 2, and then basically 1, and then 0, you know. And that's how you can eliminate every single addiction you have. It can work for alcohol, it can work for cigarettes, it can work for anything. Basically do the allowance method, and you will see results.